Hey, I interviewed Fruitberries, who you might know as being like an insane event player, but also like a speedrunner, for a main channel video I did. And this is that full uncut interview that's been subtitled with the face cams and everything. So if you want to use the footage for like a video, it's here. You can also just watch the whole thing. I am giggling like a little schoolgirl throughout it because he's the only person who I kind of knew before doing these interviews. But yeah, enjoy. So could you introduce yourself for the video a little bit?
What is up, Animation Vlog?
Yeah.
It's your boy Fruitberries. I'm third place in Stack of Lime Wool. I used to upload YouTube videos. I don't do that anymore for some reason, even though I should. Um, I stream on Twitch, and I'm a pretty okay speedrunner, all things considered.
So, could you explain like why did you get into speedrunning? Like, what got you into speedrunning as like a thing?
Okay, so, well, unfortunately, there's a fair amount of interesting runners that shall not be named and probably should not be
Okay.
included in the
Oh yeah,
video, but
that's fair
like
enough. Okay.
it will
Yeah.
we can try to go
Yeah.
around that.
Okay, wait. We'll skip that question then because I feel like I kind of know the
Yeah.
answer, and we'll just yeah. Okay, whatever. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a little
It's a bit
interesting.
dicey. uh. Okay. We'll go to the second one. Do you think, like, as a speedrunner, do you think Mojang supports speedrunning enough as like a part of the game?
I mean, okay, so I think it's interesting because I think in the older versions, like you think of like 1.7, 1.8. I mean, speedrunning was just kind of in its infancy.
Yeah.
People were kind of just doing it for the love of the game, and no one was really like, yeah, this game's pretty slow. Like, I don't know, you have to wait like what, multiple night cycles. Like, there's no really speedrun. I like Mojang never thought about speedrunning it,
Hmm.
but then you get to kind of the later versions, 1.16, especially runners kind of realize like, wait, eventually after many runs, Bastions are like crazy because runners used to just do like classic trades where they would just like enter the nether and then they would mine like gilded off the ground. They would get like 5 gold and like, please give me ender pearls, Mojang. And then after a while of doing that, they're like, oh, let's look at these Bastions because they have gold. Like, I wonder how consistent they are. And it's like, turns out they're busted. And then not only that, the trades in 1.16 like perfectly favor. Like you get like really good pearl chance, you get good, and then you just conveniently. It's like so interesting. You're like, did Mojang really plan this? Like you get string for explosives, you get fire res for the fortress. Like you just can like conveniently get every item you need. And
Yeah.
so like for a while, I mean, I guess people are probably like, yeah, like I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories like, oh, did they do this? But then newer versions came out and it's like you'd think the opposite. You think they just hate you because like the pearl drops are cut. They're it's harder to like find stuff like lava in general. Like the caves are just deeper. The brutes, oh my god, brutes are an unnecessary evil. It's like that alone just cooks everything. But I don't know. I don't think they're that speedrun conscious, but I think they are slowly beginning to become speedrun conscious, especially with people like shout out Anthony from Mojang. That guy's the goat. He was me and a bunch of speedrunners met him at TwitchCon for the first time, and he was like, he's like a Mojang like social media guy, and he was like, oh, I'm so into MCSR ranked, and like, and I was so cool. I was like, what? Like, no way. Like
Yeah.
people from Mojang are kind of like acknowledging that speedrunning exists kind of like officially, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the only other time they've really done that, I guess, is when they would do these like games done quick events, and then like you would see like Mojang donated $500 in the chat. That's like, but like I feel like they never. It's like too taboo for them. They never talk about speedrunning. Um, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I think just they're slowly opening up to the idea that maybe we should try to make speedrunning a little easier in a newer version.
Yeah. So as like you with your past as like a UHC slash like Skywars player, which are like more like mini games, competitive games, that kind of stuff. How would you say
Yeah.
that like affected you coming into speedrunning and especially like coming into ranked?
Well, I think having kind of because not only is it like just years and years of like having an all right start mechanically, because like when I first started, I was like, which I guess would be around my first run would probably be around 2019. I could literally check, but I want to assume, yeah, 5
Yeah.
years ago,
Mhm.
6 years ago. Oh my god,
Crazy.
what I don't even know. Yeah, my first ever speedrun was 1.8 6 years ago, and like you got to tell, like it was an all swords speedrun, which is the worst category ever. Basically, you you just get every sword. You get a wood sword, a stone sword, iron sword, gold, diamond, and that's literally the category. And like you could tell that I kind of had those like I had no idea what I was doing in the speed run, and like all the micro was kind of bad, but like I had that buffer of like, ooh, I've played so many UHCs. Like I get how to like manage my inventory. I get decently how to craft. I don't have like, and I have like the mental of like, ooh, I understand the game. I've been around, but like I wouldn't say like it's definitely OP. Like if you take like trying to get anyone new into Minecraft, like Minecraft is such a strange game that I
Yeah.
feel like if you don't have the years and years of like playing, like mechanically, you'll have a way harder time. Like, because it's so messed up. All the top speedrunners are like similar to me in where it's like some of them have years of UHC, some of them have years of like parkour, some of them have years of like these people like EDCR, Dugile, like those two are like super movement. It doesn't even have to be like
Yeah.
UHC. Like EDCR was like a high pixel like parkour main. Dugile is like a telebridger. But then you have people like Infume, like me. Infume was like an OG high pixel UHC player. And
Yeah.
then you have just everyone else. Just like
Yeah.
everyone else, all the top runners, they have that buffer. It's super helpful because you're just like so ahead of the curve early on. So like you just have a, you'll just always have this infinitely higher like background than like newer runners because you just started before and you've been in the kind of
Yeah.
in the thick of it.
Yeah. So, as like, because you've been speedrunning since I think you said 2019, right? So you were around to like
Something like
see,
that.
yeah. So you were around to see like the Nether update dropped and stuff like that. How much of an impact do you think ranked, like MCSR ranked, had on speedrunning Minecraft as a whole?
My alarm just went off.
No worries.
um I honestly until I was gonna say until mid offs happened, it had an impact, but I wouldn't say the impact was like super global. Like you would have like a few. I think there's a bunch of ways you can measure the growth because obviously ranked ever since ranks inception has done well, but the past few months, in my opinion, are like all-time highs, like insane. Like it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like the rank servers are literally crashing and they have to add more slots because it's growing too fast.
Hmm.
And not only does ranked grow ranked because it's so big and like people like Tubbo are doing mid offs, people like Project Bloom are doing like the whole GeoGuessr
Yeah.
Minecraft like collaboration. Stuff like that is so helpful, first of all. I think that's like because it gets like casuals into the game and it's like, oh, I can watch my favorite creator struggle in a speedrun against my other favorite creator. That's so cool. I wanna watch this. And it's like it's so helpful. And then like when it gets when it kind of goes on its own and becomes this big thing like because even like MCSR ranked playoffs, like it gets new top runners into the game. You have new fans of these top runners that want to like stick around and like want to watch them in like future stuff. You have yeah, obviously like mid offs kind of in that kind of genre of stuff, just like super boosting the casual audience. Because I would assume the average MCSR ranked player rank is probably like gold, if not literally even iron,
Yeah.
because like that's the hardest thing is like Minecraft speedrunning is so the one barrier it has is it's so unneededly like complex. Like
Yeah.
there's so many macros, there's so many like download settings like practice maps. So like people are coming in droves from ranked, but the long-term issue, I guess, is just, can we keep these players? Like,
Yeah.
how do we make learning more linear? But yeah, no,
Yeah.
ranked is doing an infinite amount for the game.
Yeah, I mean, fair. So since you're one of the you're one of the people who I've interviewed who kind of was like actively involved in the scene and kind of running before like Nether update in 2020 and all the developments that happened with like 116 RSG. So for example, like what were you like running before people introduced like multi-instancing and like the wall? Do you remember what that was like and like can you describe it?
Oh, good lord. Well, okay, I think the best way I could describe it is like so casual. Like, I think even because the top runners of back then, and like just every runner back then, it's like you could tell that there was so much improvement. Like back then, it's like you would see, oh my god, nice twice or whatever got the world's first like sub 20 or Benex or whoever got it. And
Yeah.
then it's like everyone's like, this is unbeatable. This is perfect. And like people like genuinely thought that. And it's like you would look at the runs and now you look at the runs now and you're like, single instance, mechanically they fuck up like 100 things. Like no one understands like the niche kind of mechanics.
Yeah.
So back then everything was just like you take some subpar worlds. You don't have to play the best. You just have to get fairly lucky. And if you play okay and get fairly lucky, you'll just have a good run. You just kind of have to show up and do stuff. And like, it was just so chill. Like, there's no macros. It's just like, oh, create a new world. Let's manually change the difficulty. Like, I remember streaming and just, you would have the live split timer. Like, there was no speedrun IGT, and you'd
Yeah.
have to like, oh, Jesus. I know some people use like foot pedals to like start and stop the timer because it was just convenient.
So you wouldn't say it was like
It's
mentally
just, yeah.
taxing to like because the way I at least interpreted it was like before the wall you're resetting for like hours and hours before you get a decent run. Was it like mentally taxing at all or?
I would argue it's more mentally taxing now because of how intense the competition is and also how like the strats have developed. Because I think back then like the barrier to entry is like, okay, you just need a decent village. You're gonna do like, even if it takes a few minutes to get out of the village, decent village. You just need a fortress in the Nether. Like you don't need a fortress and a bastion. You just need a fortress somewhere, and you just need to get the piglin trades. Like
Yeah.
I think spamming runs back then when it was like in its super infancy was just easier if you knew what you were doing. And I don't know. I didn't see it as like, I assume if you like, regardless of how old or new the strats are, if you're on a run, you're on a run, and you're
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
like nervous about it. But I definitely think it's more stressful now and like harder and
That's
like
so
just
interesting. Yeah.
because everything's just figured out now. And when new stuff comes out nowadays, it's not like major. It's not like, oh my god, we just figured out about zero cycles for the first time ever. It's like, oh, we figured out how we can save half a second in the fort with this one blaze bed. It's like
Yeah.
everything's too optimized now, and I think it's just infinitely more harder and stressful than it was back then. But like, I get like I wasn't really like, I was a pretty casual player back then, so like I guess I don't have like kind of the, like, I don't know, because there wasn't many top runners back then. Because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
top,
Yeah.
even even now, it's like there's a lot of top runners, but like they just kind of come out of nowhere back then. Like
That
most of the people that were getting like the records, you've like never seen them do a run before, but they were just probably just like secretly just kind of like,
grinding.
they just got the
Yeah.
lucky seed.
Yeah.
They didn't have to be that good. They just kind of put in a bit of time and they got the seed. And it's like nowadays luck matters a lot, but like you have to be unbelievably good. Like you can't just like, ooh, I got my 12 pearls and then made it back. Like you have to like know so much. You have to put in like infinite dedication. And then you have to get like even more lucky than you did back then. Like way more lucky. It's
Yeah.
just so different.
That's so interesting. All the other runners I've talked to have been like, back then it was like you have to reset for hours to get a run, so it was like boring as hell. Whereas like
I
now
mean,
it's
you
like,
do.
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it depends because I just think the earlier speedrunning was just the less perfection mattered. So you had to reset a bit because you didn't have like multi instance
Yeah.
for a fair amount. But like I don't know, you didn't need that much of a cracked seed if you just got lucky.
Fair enough. So, kind of related to all these kind of discoveries, what was your take on the calc versus no calc debate? Of like calculators.
honestly, like honestly, I still don't really know. I think like obviously, okay, so like calculators is like what? They speed up the game infinitely and but like not even that. The main thing is it's just it's like hyper consistent finding the stronghold. Like if you do these things correctly, you will always find the stronghold. Whereas before it's like, okay, we're just gonna make our nether portal and we're just gonna follow the eyes. And it's like it's insane. It's just it it's something that you would think like wouldn't be allowed and like shouldn't be allowed because that's one of the thing I every time like in mid offs in like when I was coaching mid offs when I'm coaching GeoGuessr
Yeah.
like when I'm coaching like this tournament one of the first questions always is like even from people like Ludwig you're like why is this allowed like everyone asks the same question and it's like I feel like a lot of the top runners it's like, yeah, that's a fair question. Like, what are
Yeah.
you supposed to say to that? Like, it it's a bot that like takes pixel perfect information and like feeds it to you, and you don't have to do any like mental stuff. It's crazy. I'm that being said, I think if you removed it now, it would cause like utter chaos for the top runners. I think it would make the game like 100 times more RNG because you can't have these like 1 minute nether splits where you blind and then blind again and
Yeah.
then like blind you come back you pearl like twice and you're just on the stronghold like that just won't happen anymore. Stuff like Axis exists where it's like you throw two eyes you like look at the F3 angle and you can like roughly approximate distance but it's not
Yeah.
like block perfect.
It's not divide
And
and
there's other
counter.
stuff like yeah like yeah divine that's literally what I was gonna say Brentilda the 1 in a million like divine into the portal room like that was one of the most legendary things ever and that would have not happened if like if Ninja Brain Bot came out earlier we'd have never seen something so cool.
Yeah.
But like you just like can't remove it now. I'm okay with its existence but I think it is weird. Like I don't know, I'm okay with it.
So before calc, how important would you say it was? Like let's say you're going for world record before calculators were unbanned. How important was it to like I spy off your second blind or your yeah like
Well, the thing, I mean, before Ninja Brain Bot, people weren't really building two portals.
oh I see
Like, like back in the day, you were just building one portal. You were throwing an eye, and you were just kind of going like you were just kind of throwing like if you have any extra pearls, which like depends how far back we go, because like most of the classic runs, let's say on average you have like 13 pearls, so you don't have any extra to like spam to like get to terrain, and there's no
yeah
like zero cycle. So like, um, that's one thing back in the day where that actually is annoying. Is like you could do everything so perfectly, but zero cycle and half bow weren't strategies, so you could lose like 4 minutes in the end because zero cycle is not a thing, and you can't
yeah
just like have this consistent sub one end fight. But, like I don't know, people didn't figure out second portal for so long. Everyone was just like I remember watching Kuriway run, and it's just like I want to say he just kind of runs in the overworld for a few minutes, and he has maybe like a sub 1,000 block blind. He just kind of goes, and then yeah, you just throw a few eyes. Like I don't know, it's so much. It's so archaic looking back.
Yeah.
It's so like the distance itself mattered a ton because, well, the thing is, if you had a 2K block blind, you don't really like know that before people were doing actions. Like you don't know that you have a far blind. You kind of just have to keep going and like throwing eyes from different spots
Yeah.
to like see if your angle shrinks. Like you just throw an eye, run a few hundred blocks, throw another eye, run a few hundred blocks. Like
Yeah.
that distance of your portal, it was like kind of everything, I think.
Okay. So, kind of this question is just like a clip farming question. But could you tell me a little bit how each of these strats work and then how they change the run? I'll just go through them, if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I was
sure.
gonna say wall, but I feel like we covered that already. So could you tell me a bit about how E-Ray works and how it changed the run?
E-Ray.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it started out, well, first of all, people just started off like looking around. There was the crazy thing is there was a lot of people that were doing like no F3 and were no F3 purists, and it's like, ooh, you would break a netherrack to like check the direction of the quadrants, and there was a lot of people that were like, just like, no, F3 is so cringe, like we can't use this, like we have to. I'm just gonna. But I feel like those people have like fully faded away because it's the competition is so
What do
high,
you
it's just
mean? My goat
impossible.
local
Like
tortillas world recording every day.
that that is the one exception. Local tortillas in the thick of it. He's bringing it back. He's
Yeah,
bringing
yeah,
it
yeah.
back for the people, and it's honestly so sick.
Yeah.
But like we could tie into that. I fought local tortilla yesterday for the first time ever. We had a 1v1,
Yeah.
and he was like slightly faster than me on every split. But then I just gained literally 2 minutes to get to the stronghold.
Because of course, yeah.
That's how OP calculator is. That's literally like if calculator didn't exist, you could see an average of like the times would honestly go up by a similar amount, like an average of like 1 to 2 to 3 minutes if because it's just if your second portal misses and you're just somewhere on the surface, then well, unlucky.
GG. Yeah.
You're probably like a few hundred blocks away. Nice guess, but like if you watch Curryway, he does the same thing. He just like he throws two portals. He'll be in the stronghold maybe like once every like I don't know, like 10, 20 runs. He's pretty good at it. He's pretty good at the math because he's kind of been doing that thing for a while, but like yeah. Anyways,
But yeah,
E-Ray
E-Ray.
is people would just 30 FOV. They would look around. Uh there was this thing called like there's like a bunch of numbers on your F3. There's an M and a C number, and if you like combine them, you could like rule out if something was a bastion or just a giant spike of mobs. Like I don't even do that. I like nowadays everyone just
Looks at the spike and
you
goes.
go from then, yeah. People are just faster. Like number one, you don't have to 30 FOV because you just hit a button on your keyboard and oh, you're really thin now. Um, and then M plus C doesn't really matter, especially in ranked, because in ranked, like the spike you get 99% of the time is going to be a bastion. Unless you get like a super unlucky like clump of mobs plus like a fortress or something, which does happen, but like you get spike in ranked, you press it thin, you look around, it literally takes like a second. Like back then people would like confirm like the numbers and manual. But yeah, everything's just too optimized
So how would you say? Would you say
and
E-Ray
fast.
changed the run at all, or is it just like how would you say it
Yeah,
optimized the
it's
run?
just like I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal regardless, because some people do still. I think it's like one of the least important. Like as long as you know where the spike is, you're fine. It's like maybe you save like a few seconds nowadays in the modern era.
Yeah.
But like that's it.
Okay.
Like I don't know. I don't think it matters too much.
What about Pyre for like fortresses and stuff?
Well, okay, Pirate. It's it's so bizarre because it's like some seeds you can just see the fort from spawn or from the bastion. So
Yeah.
in those cases, it's like, well, literally nothing. But it's such a good like it's like a good safety buffer because if you do pirate correctly, it will tell you the direction of a spawner. But in terms of like saving, it technically doesn't save you time. Like it actually loses a fair amount of time. Well, top runners have optimized like the positions of like where in each bastion you pyre and like have gotten really good with like the F3 screen. So like but even if like the best runner in the world doing pyre as fast as possible, you're still technically losing a little bit of time. But what it adds instead is like 100% certainty that you're going roughly the right way. Like so it changes like people get more runs deeper because of Pyre, but like runs necessarily aren't getting faster, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Uh, I think we've talked about calc, so that's fine. So, another question. Which would you say is a better measure of skill? Is it events or speedrunning?
I don't even know. I gotta think about
I was talking to
that.
Infume and he was like, speedrunners are better at events, so maybe that, but then there's no PvP in speedruns, so that was his
True.
take.
Well, there's a lot of things in both that are like not in the other thing, but I don't know. I honestly, my answer, I just don't. I don't know. I don't think there's a really good answer because like some people like um a lot of the top. I guess really the only way you could like I guess compare it is like yeah the example of like Infume really good at speedrunning. He goes and plays events. He's really good at events. But a lot of you can't really say the same for event players because if I can think of a bunch of top event players like people like Purple, Toph, like Kalen, Sandwich, like these are examples of a lot of people that have Kel
Yeah.
that have gotten into MCSR at one point or another. But I like Carter. Like there's a fair amount of people that have given it a dip. And out of all of them, I guess technically I'm the one who's had the highest peak. I don't think
Yeah.
uh any of them have peaked higher than me. But like because I mean I kind of but like I don't really count, I guess, because I just started so much earlier.
Yeah.
So like I'm not counting myself in this. But like they're not reaching as high of peaks as the speedrunners going to events.
Yeah.
And I don't like it's hard because it's not really their fault. It's like I think events are easier to get into if like doing the transition that Infume did, like from running to events. Like I think the overlap of speedrunning, like you'll have good enough mechanics, and then all it is just kind of understanding game modes and then like coordinating with your team. Like I don't know. It's not the I think going from events to speedrunning is infinitely harder
Yeah.
than going from speedrunning to events.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess my answer is like I don't know. I don't I'm just kind of neutral about it, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
I think it's very like you could kind of go on.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Kind of last question. As like a streamer, how would you say that ranked has affected your like streaming of speedruns in general?
I mean, that's like all I stream right now is like ranked. Well, okay. So
Or about
when
like
ranked
why
first
is
came
what I
out,
would
I
ask to that. Yeah.
oh why?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll just start with like ranked first came out. I played it a tiny bit. I wasn't very good. I even now I still have these kind of breaks of like playing ranked, quitting ranked for like a few weeks, playing like getting off. And but what always keeps me coming back is just how much more fun playing on like consistent seeds is. Like I think every top player will have like a completely different answer, but for me, my favorite thing is just every seed is somewhat playable to like really playable. And when in RSG, it's like, oh, I just sit there. Even with like 12 instances, it takes me forever to get the perfect combination of Bastion and Fort. And it's like in ranked, the trades are standardized, the fortress and bastion positions like distance wise are standardized, the overworld standardized, the end purchase standardized. Like it's just I find it the more complete experience. Like it just feels easier to stream. um the one downside is like chat interaction is harder because you like every seed every single seed matters. Like
Yeah.
in RSG there's like infinite downtime while you're just kind of resetting. That's like the one thing I don't like, but it's just so much more fun.
Yeah.
Like, and the competitiveness is cool. Like, there's actually like a number. Like, I think the exact elo number is like whatever. I think like what truly makes you like you can tell if you're good or not is like stuff like the other stuff, like average and like where your elo is consistently. And like if you're having like giant dips and giant like rises, then that probably means you're more of like an inconsistent player. Um but like the top players, they kind of just sit there. There's some people that just like someone like Hacks like won't even play for a few months, so he'll decay like 300 elo, but then he plays for one day and he's already back in the top 20. Like
Yeah.
that's what makes a difference. His rank's just more fun
Fair enough. Yeah.
for me. For me,
So, I mean, I that's the end of the questions I have. Is there anything else? Like, basically, the entire video is me either talking about kind of the evolution of the run from like classic strats into what it is now, plus the back half is kind of just glazing ranked. Is there anything you think should be
yeah.
like? Is there anything you want to say that like if I can find a way to put it in the video, I might like if you think it's like a good like soundbite, you know what I mean, or like a clip.
Yeah.
Is there anything you think would be like interesting or good to have?
D low key. Go check out the Curryway Metafy guide. Oh my god! If any viewers want to get into Minecraft speedrunning, Curryway has a guide that will maybe be linked in the video. Will this make it? Who knows? He has a Metafy guide that literally just tells you how to speedrun in like super hyper specific detail. It has top runner like input. So like it's not just like Curryway's perspective, it's kind of just like a bunch of top runners giving you like actual information. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out
Okay.
Curryway.
Yeah. That the guide is definitely gonna be linked, so that's for sure.
Okay, W.
Yeah. Awesome. I mean, that's all the questions I had.
Cool.